Hey everyone, we are in lesson number 3 here, all right? And in lesson number 3, we're going to see a different technique that we can use. So the part equals percent times whole is a nice thing to use. It works out well. Yet at the same time, it's going to cause some frustration in some situations that are there. So that's why we need a second method to use. All right, so let's look into this here. So this is more of a translation method. And what we're going to see here is that in math here, when we don't know what something is, so we're going to see that word like what. So when we see that, hey, that's what your variable is. We're also going to realize that the word of does mean to multiply. Again, nothing new here really, or maybe it's just a reminder. And the last part is that word is, all right? Is in math does mean equals. So 5 times 2 is 10. So those are things that we certainly end up seeing. So watch what's going on here. Members of the club are making friendship bracelets to sell to raise money. Anna and Emily made 54 bracelets over the weekend. They need to produce 300 bracelets by the end of the week. What percent of the bracelets were they able to produce over the weekend? So let's look at this here. What percent, okay, I don't know, of, hey, let's multiply the bracelets. How many bracelets were there? 300 of them. And they were able to produce, they were able to produce 54 of them. Well, now we can go ahead and solve. So divide both sides by 300, our nice little one-step equation that's there. Going to reach for that calculator. All right, 54 divided by 300. All right, it told me 0.18. Again, the question wanted to know what percent. So, hey, 18%, which seems accurate there. They have to make 300. They've only made 54. That's not a lot of them there. So do keep that in mind. Let's go down and look at one other one that we're going to end up seeing here, and that's here in the exercises 1 through 4. So, part A here. There are 750 students in the 7th grade class, 625 students in the 8th grade class at Kent Middle School. All right, what percent is the 7th grade class of the 8th grade class at Kent Middle School? Okay, I have an issue with trying to figure out who's the part, who's the whole. It can frustrate me. So that's why I like this other technique here, because it pops here. What percent? I don't know. You get X. Is, that's an equal sign. 7th grade class. Do we know how much is in the 7th grade class? 750 students are in the 7th grade class. So I can put in 750. Of means to, yes, multiply. And then 625 students are of the 8th grade class that's there. All right. Now, here's the thing. All right. What percent is? So 7th of the 8th grade class. Okay, so let's look at what we've got set up here. 750 times 625. That's not going to give me the percentage that's there. Okay, so this is the idea that not one technique is always going to work. So I'm going to go back to the part and the whole because I can kind of see this here. 7th grade, and then we got the 8th grade. Okay, so what percent is the 7th grade class of the 8th grade class? So when I'm looking at this here is I could go back to my part and my whole. Is, remember, always references the part. Of always represents the whole. All right, so let's see what we got here. 625 equals percent. I don't know what it is. All right, and then the whole is the 8th grade class. Oh my goodness, did I mess that up there? And so I thought about like redoing the whole problem, but I do want to show you that this type of confusion is going to set in. So labeling it is an excellent idea. I did label it down there, but again, putting it next to the numbers might be a better thing to do. So here we go. So 750 equals that X times 625. All right, so let's go ahead, divide both sides by 625. All right. And let's see what we get. 750 divided by 625, 1.2. All right, 1.2, which means 120%. So what percent is the 7th grade class of the 8th grade class? Okay, I'm bigger than 100%, which makes sense because 750 is bigger than 625. So I do feel rather good about that. So again, different techniques are going to work. That translation method, if we hit the rewind button, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. All right. It also works here as well as we set it up instead of doing the part and the whole. I thought we had a better problem to kind of look at here as we look through it. So again, different techniques, different than, man, that's disappointing. I thought we had better problems. I know where there are the better problems in the classwork. We'll talk about this in class then. All right, we'll see you guys.